Hello, everybody. Welcome to another video done by the Camrose Women's Shelter. My name's Charissa, and I'm the community outreach worker.
And my name is Leslie, and I also work as a part of the outreach team. Welcome back.
So we want to talk about safety planning once you have left a violent or abusive relationship. And when you've done this, you can be at a greater risk. The partner you left has used violence to keep control over you, or by exercising your independence, the partner no longer has control and will need to use greater force to bring you back under that control. It's important to know this information as you move forward into your new life.
That's right. And so we've put together some safety planning tips so that you can keep yourself and your family safe in your new home. As we mentioned in our last video, having a plan can help you think clearly and move efficiently as if you ever need to activate that safety plan.
So let's start with safety in your new home. Number one, it's really important to think of the various spaces that you shared with your partner that was not your home. This means bank accounts, emails, social media accounts, insurance, or other things. You will need to establish your own accounts for all of these things, as well as moving into your new home.
And when you're looking at the new home that you've just moved into, it's a good idea to get to know what the safety features of your home are. So this can be complex things like, is there a security system or motion sensor lights and that kind of stuff? But it can also be as simple as having a locked outside door if you're in an apartment complex, or where they list the names of the people next to the buzzers, just leaving it as occupied or something like that, so that your name is not listed on the front door. Um, if you have some wood dowlings to put in your balcony window or in any sliding windows, or making sure that your windows lock, so that no one can get in through that way. I also saw a really simple video on a simple way to improve the front door lock in your home. Many of the places, where the lock goes in, many of the houses have like just very short screws that hold that metal piece in place and keep your door from opening. And if you just replace those short little screws with really longer screws, then it can really reinforce the security of your front door. So if you're able to do that on your own, that's great. But that's a great way to be able to make your home just a little bit safer.
And another really key piece is thinking about when you need to go outside your home, whether you're buying a new pair of pants or going grocery shopping. You want to make a new routine by using different grocery stores or retail stores, changing the time when you would typically shop before. You can avoid accidentally running into your ex-partner, and that can make a big difference in feeling safe in your new environment.
Mm-hmm. And again, the same as when you were still in the home, it's good to know where the safe places in your neighborhood are. Are there 24-hour establishments like a gas station or a restaurant or something? Well, right now with COVID going on, maybe not a restaurant, but a gas station or something like that that you can go to if there is an emergency. Also, are there neighbors or friends and family that you trust that will check in on you, or that you can call if an emergency happens? Again, it's good to have all these things in place beforehand. And also being aware of who you're telling about your new home, and making sure that those people are trusted folks that won't share that information with anyone.
Thank you, Leslie. So moving on to our next piece, we want to talk about documenting everything. We want to avoid contact with your ex-partner, and doing that can be difficult, but it can help to establish a new routine for yourself and your family. If you are worried about speaking with that person, you may want to have a trusted or supportive person with you when you need to have that communication.
Mm-hmm. And if there is contact, it can be really helpful to keep a record of it. And you can note, if you have a notebook or notes on your phone or something, you can note the date and time of any of the conversations that you've had, as well as just kind of some basic content of the contact, if it's just, normal contact, or if it's more serious, to list some specifics. And this is helpful if there's any further issues that require intervention from other agencies like police or child and family services or anything like that. But it's also helpful for you to be able to look back at the ways that you've been communicating over that period of time. It's really important to recognize, and for us to recognize, that loneliness is a big issue that happens when we leave a relationship. And so sometimes having, that written in black and white, a clear reminder of the history of abuse that you have suffered as a part of this relationship, can help you make safe choices for yourself and your family in the future.
Hmm. And it's very important to note that if there's a no contact order that's been issued as part of an emergency protection order or a restraining order, you cannot contact that other party. This no contact order goes both ways, and he can also report that you have breached the order. So it's very important to document whenever that person has contacted you, or the other way around.
Yeah, thanks, Trissa. And a really important part to think about is being able to surround yourself with support while remaining alert. The transition into a new life takes time. And even though it's difficult to say this, it's important to remain alert even as you're starting these new routines and starting a new life. I know you don't want to live in fear, but to be able to remain aware of what's going on around you is important. And so if you're able to share information with your daycare or your school about the rules of visitation that will be happening with your ex-partner, or any other organizations that you and your family might be in contact with, or neighbors if you would like to include them, it could help to support your kids if a situation arises. It can help to support you if a situation arises. You may even want to develop some code words with your family or close friends to signify that you're in danger, or if you're feeling uncomfortable in any way. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Leslie. And we want to remind everybody, one of the biggest pieces in finding that support for yourself is reach out to the community resources that specialize in transitioning away from domestic violence. For example, you can call the Camrose Women's Shelter at 780-672-1035 at any time. That line is open 24/7, and you can be connected with an outreach team member. This this group helps women connect with resources that support women transitioning into a safe life. It may be financial help or emotional support. Maybe it's someone to talk over legal implications of the separation, or someone to help with employability. There are so many resources that we or your local women's shelter are aware of that you may be able to access.
Yeah, so please reach out and use us as a resource if you're having any troubles, and we'll be happy to help you out in setting up a safe life for yourself and your family.
Thank you, Leslie, for joining me today.
Thanks so much, Trissa, and stay safe, everyone. Bye.
Bye.